Sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Freddy Always. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a way that God revealed himself to me as soon as I became Christian. So, when I was younger, I I had this thing where I would remember, or vivid imagination where I would remember dreams vividly. And I would wake up excited because when you're a little kid, you have so much imagination, and I had a dream where I wanted to see a leprechaun, and then the dream happened, and I saw a leprechaun that same night. I had a dream where I was getting kidnapped by Ronald McDonald. That wasn't even a good dream. I had a dream where I was in the movie The Matrix, and I was running on walls, and I had very sad dreams too, where my grandfather got cancer and he passed away, and sadly, years later, that dream actually happened. Um, but it goes to show how dreams can be very vivid and very powerful. And it's crazy to say that when you read the Bible, right, as a Christian or believer, you know that the Bible talks about that God reveals Himself through dreams and visions, right? So I'm going to read this real quick. In the book of Acts 2:17, it says that, "And in the last days it shall be, God declares, that I will pour out my spirit on the flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams." So right now I'm 32. When I became Christian, I was 25. So I'm kind of young and kind of old. So I don't know about visions, but I definitely seen dreams. That goes to show maybe I'm a little older already. But when I became Christian, I had two very distinct dreams, and they were very similar but different. And if you're a Christian, you know that in Revelation, there's gonna become a time where we are gonna be raptured. Those who believe in God and Jesus, the God is gonna take us, and the world's gonna be left without the believers. And it's interesting that as a new believer, someone that has read some of the Bible, not for the entirety, but read a lot of the Bible, God revealed Himself in a way that you could open the Bible and see that it's happening. It's actually happening in the Bible. Um, I'm gonna go into that dream, right? So you guys, because that's the reason why this video is about. In this dream, oh man, I remember like it was yesterday. I was hanging out at my original church, my home church, and it was a gathering. It was a party. Everybody's having so much fun, and out of nowhere, it became like a twilight. Like it looked like it was like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Like the sun was coming down, and like the atmosphere was opening up. The sky is blue, right? The sky was opening up completely, and all you saw was stars, and everything was like purple and blue, and the stars were super bright. But the crazy thing was that things in the sky started shifting. Like everything was moving, and dreams, how dreams are. And an elder of the church who has passed away since, he in the dream, he told me, he looked at me and said, "These are the signs. These are the signs." And the craziest thing happened. He knew what was going on. He felt it in his spirit within the dream, and he ran and grabbed his wife, grabbed his family, and he ran into the church. And I kept looking up, and I just felt the presence of everybody that were believers. People from the church started scrambling into the church, and then I looked down. No, I didn't look down. I looked up, and I saw one bright star, and it fell straight down and crashed into earth. And I was scared, but I was also in shock. It was a big bright yellow star that fell, and this explosion happened like an atomic bomb, and this yellow light started, like a wave started coming towards, well, spreading, but obviously the waves coming towards me and everything around it. And I remember seeing that for and being shocked for a couple seconds, and then saying, "Oh my god, I need to go into the church. I need to look for shelter." And I run inside, and all I see is all these believers on their knees on the chairs praying. Right, their focus is not to find shelter in a protective way. They were looking for shelter in a spiritual way. They were on their knees and they were looking for God and seeking Him, face to face. And I was telling them, because I had the mentality of a new convert, right? I was like, guys, let's go to the back of the church to be more protected. Which in reality, that wasn't going to do anything because paper thin walls, the way construction is now. But I was telling everybody, yo, let's go to the back. Let's go to the back. It's safer. It's safer. So we don't die. We don't get hurt. And no one wanted to listen to me. So I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go by myself into the bathroom, into the back of the church, and get low. And out of nowhere, while I'm in my knees on, but I'm not even praying. I'm just like sitting there, just waiting for the blast. And this blast wasn't a destructive blast. I literally remember through the walls, this flash of light, this yellow light that was outside, went through the walls, hit me, and I fainted and fell. And then I woke up within the dream, of course, and I get out the bathroom and I go into the hallway of the church and I see that it's empty. There's no one there. And I was like, that's interesting. What the heck happened? And I walk outside and there was this little girl, you know, eh, she was just there randomly just staring at me. And and for some reason, I felt like, when the Bible says the angel of the Lord was there, I felt that sensation with that little girl and that dream. And I asked her, is this, are they gone? Is this the, is this the rapture? And that little girl said yes. And then she says, grab my hand. And the moment I grabbed her hand, it was like she was walking me through the world and showing me what it was like without God's presence in this earth, without the people, the salt of the world, the people of God. And all I saw was literal destruction, fire, war, tanks, jet planes, bombs, murder. And I thought to myself, wow, it's too late. It's too late for me. Like, God came for his people, and because of my lack of faith, I wasn't be able to be saved. I was left behind. And all these people here that didn't have God in their life were left behind. And to this dream, and I have one more after this. Well, I'm gonna tell you that other dream too, real quick, is not as long as this one. The other dream, when I grew up, I ended up going to Hawaii because my grandfather was Hawaiian, and maybe that played into the scenery of the dream. But in that dream, I was on the island of Maui, and I was going through these mountain roads. It was like a maze. I mean, for me, because obviously I don't know the island the way the locals do. I'm a, what you call it, haole American, gringo, and so I was going through the island driving, and I saw the same thing, which is crazy. That's why I feel like as a revelation from God, I see this star in the sky that falls straight into the mouth of the volcano, And the moment it hits the volcano, there's an explosion, and then a fire, a light, lava is coming down. Right, the same light that was revealed to me in the other dream, in this dream, was lava. It was fire. And I remember, for whatever reason, I was should have been looking for shelter, but what my heart was telling me is go to the church. And I was driving and driving and driving and driving all through zigzags. I don't know where I was going. And then I ended up going to this building, which coincidentally was the same building that I was at my home church. And I saw the same people. And I remember everybody walked in, ran in, and shut the door on me. And I ran to that door and I was punching and kicking, punching and kicking. And I was like, let me in, let me in, let me into the house of the Lord. And I turned around, I see that fire, I see the judgment. And the moment the fire was close to me, close enough to burn, someone opened the door for me and grabbed me and pulled me into the house of the Lord, and then shut the door, and I woke up. Remember, these dreams were dreams that I had as soon as I converted to my faith in God. And to me, they're very distinct. They're very similar in what's going on, the message that's going on there, that I believe that God was revealing to me. Not nothing special in the sense that I'm a special person, but he was revealing to me, this is what I saved you from. This is what would have happened to you without me. So, all this to say is that if you are a believer in Christ, you are somebody that's very blessed. You are someone that's very loved, and there is a place for you in his kingdom. And for those that are listening, if you're listening this far, I would urge you to seek the Lord, seek his love. He's waiting for you. There is going to be a time of judgment. There's going to be a time where it's going to be too late. I say that while you have the opportunity, tomorrow is not promised. Look for the Lord. He loves you. And literally, at any moment, like a thief of the night, God is coming for his people. And this dream was a revelation for me. I believe that it's no coincidence that as soon as I converted and I gave my life to Christ, he showed me this vision. And it's a warning not only to me to not turn my back to him. So I see it as soon as I converted, my life was directed towards him. I'll never turn my back towards God. Never. It's always face to face until the day I die, literally. So I just say that um I pray that you do find God yourself. I pray that God reveals himself to you. I pray that when you give your life to God, there is no turning. Your walk and your faith is with him. So all this to say, that's it. This is just the dreams that I had when I converted to Christianity. I converted my life to God, and I hope that this story and these dreams and this, what I believe was a vision from God, a warning to me and to you, that it's a thing that is a benefit for you. So